Did you know that after the age of 60, your metabolism slows down so much that even eating the same meals you had in your 40s can now lead to stubborn belly fat? By the time you finish this video, thousands of older adults will wake up frustrated, not because they're overeating, but because their body simply isn't burning calories the way it used to. This isn't just normal aging, it's a condition linked to slower digestion, hormonal shifts, and muscle loss, all of which make belly fat harder to lose. Most people don't realize this. You don't need dangerous diet pills or intense workouts to speed things up again. In fact, certain simple morning drinks, many you can make at home, have been shown to boost metabolism, improve digestion, and naturally shrink belly fat. A 2023 study in Obesity Reviews found that adults over 60 who added just 1 cup of specific nutrient-packed drinks in the morning burned up to 15% more calories throughout the day without changing the rest of their meals. In this video, we'll share the top 10 morning drinks that actually help melt belly fat, ranked from helpful to powerful. These aren't expensive powders or trendy juices. They're common, affordable ingredients you can pick up at any grocery store. Wait until you hear number 4. It's a soothing drink you've probably enjoyed before, but new research shows it works overnight to target fat around the waistline. Before we get started, answer these 2 quick questions. Do you usually start your morning with coffee, tea, or just plain water? And what's the biggest challenge you face when trying to lose belly fat, slow metabolism, sugar cravings, or lack of energy? Drop your answers in the comments. We read and reply with tips you can actually use. Now let's begin with number 1. Number 1, protein-packed morning shake. If you want one morning drink that actually helps an older body lose belly fat while keeping strength, pick a protein-focused shake and treat it like your first muscle-preserving meal. As people age, they lose muscle more easily, and losing muscle lowers your resting calorie burn. That makes it harder to drop fat. A protein shake in the morning solves 3 practical problems at once. It fills you up, it gives muscles the amino acids they need, and it cuts down mid-morning snacking that often adds hundreds of extra calories. Aim for about 20 to 40 grams of protein in that shake. For a quick rule of thumb, many experts recommend older adults eat about 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. So if you weigh 70 kilograms, your daily target would be roughly 70 to 84 grams of protein. A 25 to 40 gram shake gives you a solid head start. Make the shake simple and real food friendly. 1 scoop of whey or a comparable plant protein, 1 cup of milk or fortified plant milk, a tablespoon of nut butter or a 1/4 cup of oats for slow carbs, and a small banana or handful of berries for taste will land you in the right range. If you want extra micronutrients, toss in a handful of spinach. It blends up with almost no flavor change. Keep added sugars low. Check the label. Many powders add 10 to 20 grams of sugar per serving, which defeats the purpose. Look for powders that list protein grams per scoop and show little or no added sugar on the nutrition facts. The FDA guideline for added sugar is useful. Roughly 5% daily value or less is low. More than 20% is high. If you replace a sugary cereal or pastry with this shake, you probably save 200 to 400 calories while keeping protein high. Timing matters. Drink the shake within the first hour after waking, or use it as breakfast. That helps stop the mid-morning snack trap. Protein raises satiety more than the same calories from carbs or fat, so you naturally eat less at the next meal. In controlled trials, people on higher protein plans tend to keep more muscle during weight loss and report better appetite control, which over weeks and months adds up to a real difference in body composition. One practical plan: target 25 to 40 grams of protein at breakfast, repeat a similar amount at lunch and dinner, and add a small protein-rich snack if you exercise. That spacing helps muscle maintenance and keeps daily calories more stable. Watch safety. If you have kidney disease or certain medical conditions, talk with your doctor before raising protein a lot. Also, read labels. Some powders have fillers, artificial sweeteners, or contaminants. If you have lactose intolerance, Choose a plant-based powder or an isolate labeled low lactose. For taste and tolerance, try mixes. Start with water plus powder, then add milk or fruit once you know how your stomach reacts. Finally, treat the shake as part of a calorie-aware plan. It's not magic. It works because it reduces overall calorie intake, preserves muscle, and helps you move more steadily through the day. Number 2, green tea with lemon. Green tea is a low-effort swap for higher-calorie morning drinks. It contains catechins, plant compounds, plus a modest dose of caffeine. Together, these can raise fat burning slightly and reduce appetite for some people. The effect is small but repeatable. Pooled analyses show catechin-containing tea can lower body weight by about 1 to 1.5 kilograms over the course of several weeks compared with control. That's not an overnight transformation, but it is a measurable nudge that stacks over months if you make tea a habit and avoid sugary add-ins. Add a squeeze of lemon if you like. It gives flavor without calories. How to use it in practice. Brew green tea for 2 to 4 minutes to get a good hit of catechins without extreme bitterness. 1 to 3 cups a day is common in studies. If you usually drink more than 300 milligrams of caffeine daily, the added effect from green tea catechins may be smaller. Avoid adding a lot of sugar, honey, or cream. That erases any calorie advantage. If you get jittery from caffeine, take a single cup in the morning or choose decaf green tea. Small consistent changes win here. Replacing one high-calorie latte or fruit juice with green tea every morning can cut 200 to 400 calories a day, and that level of deficit produces steady fat loss over weeks. Be realistic about the numbers. Meta-analyses and reviews show the average effect is modest and not clinically dramatic on its own. Expect a slow shift, a couple of pounds over several weeks if the rest of your eating and activity are steady. The value is in making a low-calorie, mildly metabolism-supporting drink a daily habit, not in seeing immediate results. Also, check with your clinician if you take medications that can interact with green tea compounds, or if you have conditions that make caffeine a concern. Number 3, plain black coffee or a small latte if you need milk. Coffee is a practical, widely used tool. Caffeine raises metabolic rate for a few hours and tends to increase fat oxidation, especially around physical activity. The exact calorie burn boost varies by person and by regular caffeine use, but studies show a clear short-term increase in resting metabolic rate after caffeine intake. That means if 1 cup helps you get a brisk morning walk in, you convert the caffeine effect and the movement into measurable calorie burn. If you replace a sugar-laden drink with black coffee, you also cut hundreds of calories. How to use coffee safely. Keep it black or add just a splash of milk or unsweetened plant milk. A plain cup has about 2 calories. A milk latte or coffee with sugar can easily reach 100 to 300 calories depending on size and additions. The US FDA regards up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day as safe for most healthy adults. For older adults, individual tolerance varies, so listen to sleep quality and heart response. If you have very high blood pressure or certain heart conditions, check with your doctor. Some studies warn about higher risk in sensitive groups who drink multiple cups daily. For most people, 1 to 2 cups early in the day is a reasonable routine that supports activity and satiety. Remember that tolerance builds. The metabolic boost from caffeine is larger if you don't use it every day. If you already drink a lot of caffeine, the extra effect will be smaller. Use coffee to support movement, replace calorie-dense drinks, and help you feel alert enough for a short daily walk or a short strength routine that keeps muscle. Those small moves are what actually reduce belly fat over time. Number 4, a full glass of water before breakfast and before main meals. This is the simplest, lowest cost trick that shows up in trials. Drinking about 400 to 500 milliliters of plain water 20 to 30 minutes before a meal lowers the amount you eat at that meal, and repeated over weeks, it speeds weight loss. In studies that combined pre-meal water with a calorie-reduced diet, the group that drank water before meals lost about 2 kilograms more than the control group over 12 weeks. That effect comes from eating a little less each meal and from better overall hydration, which helps energy and digestion. Put it into practice. Keep a bottle by the bed and drink 400 to 500 milliliters when you wake up. Wait 20 to 30 minutes, then eat. Do the same before lunch and dinner if you can. This won't replace a balanced breakfast, but it reduces portion size naturally. If you have heart or kidney conditions that limit fluids, check with your clinician about how much and when to drink. For most people over 60, starting the day with half a litre of water is safe and gives immediate benefits like reduced bloating and clearer energy. Number 5, kefir or a probiotic fermented drink. Kefir is a fermented milk drink that gives a mix of live bacteria and a small amount of protein. It's tangy and easy to sip or blend. The interest in kefir and probiotics comes from studies that link gut bacteria patterns with appetite signals, inflammation levels, and how the body stores fat. The evidence on weight is mixed but promising. Some trials report modest drops in body fat and waist size after regular kefir or probiotic intake for several weeks, while other trials show small or no change. The practical use is that kefir adds a probiotic boost and protein without the sugars found in many flavored yogurts, and that can help reduce bloating and support digestion in people who tolerate dairy. Use kefir as part of breakfast or as a mid-morning snack. 1 cup of plain kefir replaces a sugary yogurt and gives probiotics plus 6 to 10 grams of protein depending on the product. If you are lactose intolerant, look for low lactose kefir or water-based fermented drinks. If you take immune-suppressing medications, check with your doctor before starting regular probiotic drinks. Like the other items on this list, kefir is a small, steady help, not a cure, but it can reduce bloating and support better appetite control when combined with a calorie-aware plan and daily movement. Number 6, matcha morning boost. Matcha is powdered green tea, but it's not just a different taste. You actually ingest the whole leaf, so the dose of catechins and caffeine is higher per cup than with steeped green tea. For someone over 60 who wants to target belly fat while keeping energy and focus, matcha gives a mild metabolic nudge plus clearer energy without the crash that sweet coffee drinks bring. A typical serving is 1 teaspoon whisked in 6 to 8 ounces of hot water. That gives around 60 to 70 milligrams of caffeine and a concentrated hit of catechins, especially EGCG, which is the compound linked to higher fat oxidation, because matcha gives you more of the plant compounds than regular green tea. The effects on fat burning and energy use are stronger if you tolerate the caffeine. Use 1 cup in the morning, and if you're sensitive to caffeine, either pick a half teaspoon or drink it before a short walk, so the caffeine and the walk add up. In practical terms, studies of green tea catechins show measurable increases in fat oxidation and a small boost to resting energy use when the catechins are taken consistently. That translates to slow, steady fat loss over weeks when matcha replaces higher calorie options. A simple morning routine: whisk 1 teaspoon matcha with hot water, add a splash of unsweetened plant milk if you want it creamier, and sip before breakfast or within 30 to 45 minutes after waking. If you're on blood thinner medication, have heart rhythm issues, or are very sensitive to caffeine, check with your doctor first. Number 7, apple cider vinegar tonic with cinnamon. Apple cider vinegar is one of those simple, cheap items that often gets exaggerated online. But the honest take is, it gives a modest, repeatable effect for some people when used correctly. A typical protocol used in many trials is 1 to 2 tablespoons diluted in a full glass of water, taken before a main meal or in the morning. The likely mechanisms are slowed stomach emptying and slightly lower blood sugar after meals, which cuts appetite and can reduce calorie intake. Across multiple controlled trials, the average weight difference is small, on the order of 1 to 2 pounds over several weeks for some people. But when someone uses ACV as part of a calorie-aware routine, the effect accumulates. Make it safe. Never drink ACV straight. It's acidic and damages teeth and throat. Mix 1 tablespoon in 8 to 12 ounces of water and add a dash of cinnamon or a squeeze of lemon for taste. If you have type 2 diabetes, low potassium, or are on diuretics or other meds that can interact with acid load, Check with your clinician before starting daily ACV. Also, keep the rest of your plan sensible. ACV is a small helper, not a replacement for proper meals and movement. Number 8, chia water pudding drink. This one is easy and very practical. Chia seeds absorb many times their weight in water and form a gel in your stomach. That gel slows digestion, stretches your stomach a little, and helps you feel full. For older adults who tend to snack between breakfast and lunch, a morning chia drink can cut the total calories eaten later by a noticeable amount. Basic recipe: mix 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds into 10 to 12 ounces of water, milk or plant milk. Stir well. Let sit for 10 to 15 minutes, stir again and drink. If you like it sweeter, add a small scoop of protein powder or half a mashed banana, but keep added sugar low. Trials testing chia as a mid-morning snack show short-term increases in satiety and lower calorie intake at the next meal for many participants. In real-world terms, that might mean eating 100 to 200 fewer calories at lunch, and if repeated daily, the total adds up. Also, because chia provides some plant-based protein and omega-3 type fats, it helps with fullness and basic nutrition. Chew or stir the drink well. Don't swallow the seeds dry. If you have trouble swallowing or a history of esophageal narrowing, consult a clinician because chia expands when wet and could be a choking risk if taken improperly. Number 9, beetroot juice pre-walk shot. Beetroot juice is interesting because it contains dietary nitrate, which the body converts into nitric oxide. That can improve blood flow and help muscles work a bit more efficiently. For someone over 60, the practical payoff is not instant belly loss, but better endurance for the same effort, or the ability to exercise at slightly higher intensity without feeling as tired. A common dose used in trials is about 6 to 8 millimoles of nitrate, which corresponds to roughly 250 to 300 milliliters of concentrated beetroot juice, taken 2 to 3 hours before exercise, or as a single morning shot before a brisk walk. Studies in older adults report improved submaximal endurance and small drops in blood pressure in some cases. That means a 20 to 30-minute walk after a beetroot shot may burn more calories and feel easier, so you move more often or longer. And over weeks, that adds up to fat loss. Be careful if you take medications for blood pressure, as beetroot can lower blood pressure modestly. And if you have kidney issues, check with your clinician first. Also, beetroot can color urine and stool pink or red. Harmless, but surprising if you haven't seen it before. Use beetroot juice as a movement booster. Take it before a planned walk or light workout so you get more out of the activity, and the extra movement is what actually reduces belly fat over time. Number 10, collagen protein shake after morning strength work. This one targets the muscle side of the equation. Collagen peptides aren't a complete protein on their own, but they have amino acids that support connective tissue, and they've shown practical benefits when combined with resistance training in older adults. If you do a short strength routine in the morning, 5 to 10 minutes of body weight or band work, a 15 to 20 gram dose of collagen peptide after the session, mixed into 6 to 8 ounces of water or milk, has been shown in trials to help increase lean mass and strength more than exercise alone. The best real-world plan is to do a short resistance session 3 times a week and have the collagen shake within 30 to 60 minutes after. If you want a fuller protein profile, mix 10 to 15 grams collagen with a 10 to 15 grams scoop of whey or plant protein. That gives you both the collagen support and the complete amino acids for muscle repair. In trials where older adults used collagen peptides plus regular resistance training, the group getting collagen had bigger gains in fat-free mass and larger drops in fat mass than the group doing exercise plus placebo. So here the win is simple. Short morning strength sessions preserve and grow muscle, and the post-workout collagen shake amplifies that effect. More muscle raises resting calorie use and helps the body lose belly fat more easily. If you have kidney disease or specific dietary restrictions, check with your clinician before starting a daily supplement. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video on staying healthy, strong, and energized after 60. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.